Okay. How do I want to start this? This is always the awkward part. Hey guys, and welcome to Apocalacia, aka currently my room. This is Candy Floss Cupcakerson and me, just kind of chilling for the time being. It's the Christmas season. Everyone's kind of freaking out, having a great time, giving gifts, spending it with their families. I'll be doing that shortly-ish. It's kind of all over the place, just like it always is around Christmas. But I kind of wanted to take this opportunity for winter break when it comes to my college life and such to kind of give an update, I guess, as to why I haven't been posting stuff lately. That's mostly been because of college. I guess that's kind of something that is obvious to say, really, because college kind of takes a lot of your time and it takes a lot of everything from you, really. It definitely takes, it just takes everything. Like, it takes your exhaustion and your, well, it gives you exhaustion from taking your energy, and it makes it so that you don't want to really do anything that you would normally enjoy doing because you're just so tired and you want to actually like be spending time with friends that you don't really get to spend time with, or significant others that you don't really get to spend time with because of the fact that, well, you guys are all in the same boat and you're doing college and you're working and you're trying to get your assignments done on time in a very short time frame, and it is incredibly demanding. I think it doesn't matter what program you're taking, it is just all equally super fucking demanding. Like, mine is probably a easier degree compared to like science degrees and stuff, but I still have to do like so many chapters of reading. I have to do so many like little assignments on top of like big assignments, a lot of them mostly being papers. I have to write so many papers because I'm in a Bachelor of Arts degree, so it's all in the humanities, so like sociology, psychology is both humanities-based and science-based, philosophy, anthropology, like just all those kinds of things. English, I'm doing an English major currently, in case anyone was wondering, and so like with all of that in mind, it's just, there's a lot. There is a lot, and so that's why I haven't really been doing anything in regards to my channel or my Twitch channel. Though the last time I did an update type of video, it was because my TV was broken, which was kind of true. It was more I was broken because of the fact that even though I had plugged it into several plugins, my TV just didn't want to work. But then the one time my roommate plugs it into a plugin, it automatically just works, and it's like, oh, my TV wasn't broken, I'm just stupid and somehow didn't plug it in all the way into the plugin. Don't ask how. I don't know. It's, the plugins are finicky in this apartment, I'm finding, because like one minute my laptop charger will work perfectly fine and then the next minute it just won't work, and I'm paranoid because, like, hang on. Let's move you over here for a second, Mr. Dickerson. So my laptop charger plugin looks kind of like this, and if my camera's in focus, which I'm hoping it is, you'll see that it's kind of like burnt right along here, and it's kind of discolored. And you know, that's typically a very concerning thing when it comes to your technology. And it's also partially like kind of ripped right here. So like the lining is kind of going, because that happens with chargers, especially MacBook chargers, I'm finding, because this is my second one now. And so a lot of the time I'll be like, oh, well, it's gone to shit, because, you know, it looks like it should go to shit at any point in time now, when really it's just the plugin that it's plugged into. As soon as I switch plugins, it's fine. I don't know. Both plugins work. It can charge my phone and my laptop simultaneously, but for whatever reason, one just will randomly just be done and the other will be working perfectly fine. I don't know why. It must have something to do with the wires. Like, this is a very old apartment building. It is a very old apartment building. My mom actually used to live in the second building. I'm in the third one. And that was when she was going to the college that I'm currently going to right now. And that was fucking years ago. Like, decades. Decades ago. These buildings are old. But, as I was saying, it's very difficult to be making videos and being creative and just generally wanting to play a game without, like, adding anything extra to it, I guess, if you don't have the energy to want to do that, if that makes sense. I think I worded that poorly. Basically, like, college takes everything that you love out of you, really, and so you don't really want to put any extra, like, effort into anything else you're doing or want to do because of the fact that, like, you kind of just want a break. Like, you just really want a break. And video games has always been a break for me, but now that I've kind of incorporated it into something a little bit more fun and a little bit more creative, it's a little bit different. And it's not that it's not an escape that it used to be for me. It's still like that. It's just, it's a lot more difficult, I guess, because I'm kind of awkward, if nobody has ever picked up on that yet. I'm a little bit awkward, a little bit socially awkward, and it's not that I don't, well, to be honest, it is partially because I don't like people. I don't know, it just stopped recording on me. Okay. It's not that I don't like people, though that is kind of a part of the reason, but it's not the whole reason. It's more just because I'm a little bit more awkward and I'm not, hang on, I need to fix this slightly, there we go. And I just haven't quite figured out a means of commentating that on things that are happening in a video game that doesn't sound, I don't know exactly, that doesn't sound like awkward or something someone else has probably said somewhere, which is a really stupid thing to worry about because obviously I'm likely to say things that other people have already said. That's something that you come across a lot when you're going through college, when you're writing papers, is that you're practicing, like, every single paper that you hand in for college is likely something somebody else has already said, and you're kind of just reiterating it, but in your own words, and also like citing the people that have already said that same kind of argument, as well as you adding your own things to their arguments that would be stronger for the whole entire argument that you're adding to, if that makes sense. And so it's not something that is uncommon to come across when you're in college, but for some reason in a more creative outlet, it's a lot more difficult to kind of be more original, you know? Like, everything is a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Like, the whole reason I started doing Let's Plays in the first place was, wow, it doesn't want to work today. My camera does not want to work today. Oh, it's because the batteries are dying. Gee, maybe I should change those. Hang on a second. Okay, now that my batteries have been changed, I can say what I was gonna say now. But, like, basically what I'm trying to get across is that it's really hard to be original with anything that's creative, and it's kind of, it's something that you really want to be able to do, but it's something that you kind of struggle with because everything has already kind of been done. Like as I was saying, the whole reason that I decided to do Let's Plays was because I liked watching other people do Let's Plays. And I liked watching other people play games because there were games that I didn't think I was particularly good at that I just wanted to watch somebody else do well at in order to kind of get the story of that game and kind of get into that game and that franchise, but not sucking at it, if that makes sense. And I don't know if other people got into Let's Plays for that particular reason, but I know I did just because of lack of confidence in my own gaming capabilities. because I know I'm a casual gamer. I am highly well aware that I am a very casual gamer. I like Harvest Moon. I like Stardew Valley. Put you over here, Miss Cupcakerson. Just stick you. Let's just put you like that. Okay, there we go. And like, what other games do I like? The Legend of Zelda, I wouldn't necessarily say is a casual game, but it's very basic when it comes to its game mechanics. And like, the whole reason everybody loves the game is because of the story more than anything else, and because of like the lore and things like that. And like the items are cool, and like the game mechanics are cool, and like the graphics are cool, like all of that stuff is cool and definitely adds to it, but the whole reason everybody likes the game is because of the story. And that's why I really like games. When games start getting kind of a bit more complicated when it comes to their mechanics, such as with, let's say, Dishonored 2 with the live streams that I've been doing of that lately with my boyfriend, it's a lot harder because those games aren't tailored to people who are used to more casual games. They're tailored to people who actually like games with a lot of challenge and a lot of like grit and a lot of like, you really have to be good at this in order to get where you want to get to and to advance further in the story. And I've never been very good at those, mainly because I'm one of those types of people that has a love-hate relationship with struggle. And so the whole reason that I used escapism with video games is to get away from struggles that I was dealing with in my childhood and even now to a certain extent. So to use video games as escapism, to escape from struggle, only to be playing a game that gives you struggle to get to a thing, is something that seems kind of counterproductive in my head, because it's just kind of like, well, if I'm struggling to play a video game that gives me a lot of objectives and a lot of challenges, why aren't I focusing on the things that are giving me a lot of struggle and a lot of like challenges in life? If I'm gonna escape to that in a video game and justify that, then how am I supposed to justify escaping to a video game in the first place when I'm escaping to more struggle because I'm escaping from struggle? Like, it's something that doesn't really like rationalize well in my head. So it's different when it's a casual game, because if it's a casual game, there isn't really any struggle, and if it is, it's so petty that you feel stupid for getting mad at it almost. So like, it's just kind of like, if I'm going to escape, why escape to a game that causes struggle? I'm kind of trying to find a nice balance between games that I like to play and games that kind of give me more of a challenge, because when Persona 5 comes out, I have already pre-ordered it on Amazon so that it'll arrive here on Valentine's Day when it gets released, and I have like all of the extra content with it, which I'm very excited about personally, because it's gonna be awesome. I'm probably gonna have to pick it up from the post office though, because there's a lot of stuff with it. Like, there's like the school bag, a plush, an art book, the game in a nice case, stuff like that all involved in it. So that's not gonna fit in my P.O. box probably. When that comes out and gets sent over here, I'm obviously gonna be playing that on live stream as well, and I'm hoping to be playing through the entire game on live stream, because I'm a huge fan of the Persona series. And I would consider the Persona series to be a different kind of casual game almost. Like, I think people are going to get mad at me saying that, but Persona is a game that, like, it's mostly turn-based, and I find with turn-based games they're a bit more casual because of the fact that you have time to think about what you're doing, and it's not as... The only thing that's difficult about JRPG games, really, that are turn-based, is that the battles. Like that's it. That's the only thing that you can struggle with is the battles. Everything else is just story, and everything else is just relatively easy, unless you're trying to find an item in a game. If you're trying to find an item in a game for a quest, that can be fucking annoying. But for the most part, the only thing that you struggle with is the battles, and that kind of makes sense, because it's a fucking battle. Of course you're going to struggle with it. But when it's the entire game and the mechanics that you're struggling with, like with Dishonored 2, where it's mostly a stealth game, and I mentioned this quite a bit through the live streams a few times, where I'm not very good at stealth games, and that's because of the fact that the entire game is the struggle. It's not just like one piece of the game that's a struggle, it's the entire game. And so that's why sometimes I'll get a bit frustrated and be like, oh, for fuck's sakes, just kill everybody, rather than actually trying to be good at sneaking. You'll see me panic kill a lot, is what I'm getting at here. Kind of to backtrack to my original point, the reason why I haven't really been making a whole lot of content is just because I haven't really had time, and I haven't really wanted to, because college kind of takes everything out of me. But since it's Christmas and since the new year is fast approaching, I guess I want to kind of say what my resolutions are, or at least what one of them is. And like one of them that I really want to do is to get back on having a regular posting schedule like what I had in my first year of college. Granted, my first year of college, I did a lot of preparation for videos in the summer before I started, because I had a sneaking suspicion I wouldn't have time to make videos when I was in college, and I was right. I was absolutely right. I did not have a lot of time to be making videos for college, as well as being able to pass my courses, which is a really big deal because I'm not staying at this college that I'm currently at. I'm actually going to be transferring for my third year in post-secondary, and I'm going to be transferring to a larger city and a larger institution so that I can finish my degree. Though I'm also changing what I'm doing for my degree, which is I'm wanting to major in the East Asian Studies program and minor in English instead. So I have yet to hear back to see if that's a thing, but I'm hoping that I can do that instead of doing my English major and then minoring in East Asian Studies, because I would ideally like to translate East Asian languages into English, and vice versa, because, well, I don't know, it's something I'm interested in, and it's something that I can see myself doing and being happy about, so I'd like to be able to do that. And I think it would be better if I had it as my major for the East Asian Studies program rather than my minor, because I don't think it would work out as well for what my goals are. So there's that. I also am not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, just like everyone else who's in their 20s. So who fucking knows? We'll see what I'll do. But that's the goal, and because I need a pretty decent GPA in order to transfer, and I need a certain amount of course credits and all that jazz, which I think I have enough for by the time I finish my second year. I think it'll all be fine when it comes to transferring. It's something I really need to be putting my focus towards, and during my breaks and during when I think I have time, I will definitely try to work on my posting schedule, as well as like live streams and everything else. But everything is just kind of up in the air and really in the dark because of the fact that I have a very hectic schedule, because not only am I going to college and focusing on my college work, I'm also working at the same time, and potentially in my third and fourth year of college, well, university at that point, I may potentially be working 2 jobs on top of doing my classes, because I'm paying for school all by myself through student loans mostly at the moment, and then I'm trying, over the summer I plan to apply for a lot of scholarships and grants and awards and stuff, but it's all very tight and it's all very difficult, because I have to be able to balance priorities over things that are kind of more like a pastime, kind of more like a hobby, kind of more like something I just really want to do rather than something that I have to do. And I find when it comes to live streams and when it comes to posting content on YouTube, that if you don't have like a set schedule, or if you don't have some kind of great time management or something, that you just kind of get lost in the wind, and you also don't really have anyone paying attention, and you also don't really make any money if you're making money. I'm not right now because I don't really feel the need. Like, sure, I guess it would be useful, but from how big my channel on both Twitch and YouTube is, they're not really large enough to really consider making money off of, in my own opinion, so I'm just not going to, because it's just, and like, I don't want to have that pressure there either, where having it be like another job that I have to do. Like, I don't really want that pressure right now. I think that would just stress me out a lot more so than it really should, and some friends of mine have already kind of seen how that can stress me out more, and it shouldn't, like, it really shouldn't, it really absolutely shouldn't stress me out, because this is something that I like to do as something fun, so I'd rather it stay that way for the time being. And if it's only something that I can do once in a while because of other things that are more of a priority right now, then I guess that's how it's going to be. And that took a long time to get out of me. I am so bad at saying what I want to say in videos. I find I ramble way too much. But I'm also not the type of person who is good at scripts either. I'm much better at point form, I think. So I should probably do point form on my phone or something next time. But yes, basically college takes a lot out of me, work takes a lot out of me, life in general takes a lot out of me. So if I lack in any other areas of my life, it's likely because I'm putting some priorities first, and this is more of something I like to do as a pastime, something I like to do as a hobby, something that I like to do for fun. So it is a priority, but it's not as much of a priority as keeping a roof over my head and making sure that I can advance further in Canadian society, I guess. I don't really like being a gear or a cog in the machine, but it's more supposed to be benefiting me now than it is anything else, or at least that's what they try to tell you. So I'm trying to believe in that. And for now, I'm going to pack up an overnight bag so that I can have some fun with my boyfriend and his family for a little bit of Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm personally fine and healthy, except for right now. I'm still getting over a cold, which is probably why I sound kind of weird and I've been sniffling and whatnot. And clearing my throat and stuff. No, I'm self-conscious of it. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of update and be like, this is why I don't post a whole lot, because I don't really have time. I'm gonna try and make more time for it, but I'm not gonna make any promises, especially when it comes to when I have to move to the other city in order to get everything ready for school for my 3rd year. Basically, I'm going to be really busy, but I'm going to try my best to post content when I can. I have some favorite videos that I have on my phone here, in point form as to like what my favorites were for each month, and including this month. Though this month the point form thing isn't completed yet, because the whole favorites video thing for once a month was supposed to be like a vloggy thing that I wanted to do, where I would list all the good things that happened that month, and I'm like in certain categories, and like a standard favorites video format kind of deal. But I kind of got behind on that very quickly because, well, school and work, mainly. They don't sound like good enough excuses, but they are, honestly. And they're not really excuses, they're very valid reasons as to why I don't post much often. So, living on your own and going to school is fabulous, honestly. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys have a really good Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys enjoy the holidays. And if you have families that are not the best to be around, and so you don't really see them unless it's on holidays, hopefully you'll brave the storm and that everything will be fine in the long run, because there's no place like home. And wherever that home is, even if it's not with family, that's perfectly fine. And I hope you get back there soon if you're currently with family that you're not the most excited about. So yeah, I'll see you later. Never know how to end these.